What's up? Welcome to the second season of the GrowthArtic podcast. This time all about founders. And today we're going to talk about the best age to start your own business. You can find all the show notes and episodes on growthartic.com and like and subscribe to us if you like what we are talking about. So Hendrik, we are back here recording again.
Nice.
Why did we pick this topic, founder age?
Yeah, really easy, because there are a lot of questions coming up to us all the time if we do workshops or boot camps or in your pirate skills meetup. It's always the question, okay, what is the best age to start being an entrepreneur?
How old are you, man?
Hard question. I'm turning 38 this summer. Yeah,
I'm 36 now.
Happy you.
So we're already pretty long this game.
Yes.
You told me that you had lots of experience before you started founding.
Yeah.
So how did that affect your entrepreneurship journey?
Yeah, so I would say in terms of what is the best age to start your own company, there is no black and white answer. That's I think that's clear. So what I said, I found it at least with in the age of 36, so 1.5, 2 years ago. And I would say for me that was a perfect age because I could set everything up on 12, 13 years of experience. So life experience for sure, and even more business experience. So I had a lot of time, 12 years, to learn everything, in a way of in a company, in a safe, secure environment. So
but you got to be honest, like you had a pretty entrepreneurial job within your company.
Yeah,
right?
sure. So I started. Yeah, it was a startup. It was Trusted Jobs. It was the startup atmosphere, and I came in as one of the first.
Which year did you start there?
I started there 2006, so now it's 2018, so it's 12 years ago. And you start in a startup. Maybe that's a good answer. Have a look at the startups, because in a startup you can learn and you can do everything you want and everything you need, and you can, if it is good, you can grow with a startup. Yeah, and so I learned coding, I learned online marketing, I learned product management, I learned building up teams, and in a secure environment. Because you get your salary each month, so there is a good baseline you have. So, but that's not my final recommendation. So, to answer first, I would say it's like, for me, it's good today, or it's perfect today because I have this experience. So I did a lot of failures in the company,
safe umbrella.
But it was a safe umbrella. Exactly. So that's my experience when I say it's not bad to start late. So it's no problems to start late. And there's one advantage to start late, because you had a lot of experience. You're not 20 years old without any experience in life. And
you know much more what you want.
Yeah, you know what you want. You know how money works or doesn't work, so you are even better in terms of time management. I think that's really important to...
Working in a real company, learning to work hard is nothing you pick up as a human naturally. You need to learn to run a marathon, and then suddenly all those small runs you do every day, they seem so easy, right?
Yeah, that's
but
right.
People usually don't bring themselves to run the marathon in the first place. But if you work for a bigger company, you're taught that way. Yeah.
Then for experience, I think one more topic is really interesting. You learn how to work with people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you're working in a team, you have to learn how to cope with your bosses and so on, so how stakeholder management works. So that are all topics. If you start your entrepreneurial journey with 20 maybe, you have to learn it by step by your own. It works, we come to that point. But if you do it in a company, there are a lot of advantages, I would say.
But if you're like Alex, can you show your face?
Come on, Alex. The guy from the couch again.
He's 20 years old, and what he decided to do is to help us in our journey, and therefore he can learn to work in a team and to level up his skills and learn this whole team management process in the same way. I'm also glad I had some experience. I didn't have as much experience as you had before I had my first company. But after my graduation from high school, I decided to join the Air Force. Yeah, I thought like, I want to be an entrepreneur later, but I first want to learn to lead people.
Perfect.
Yeah. So I was 4 years there. You usually subscribe for 12. Yeah, but if you're inside, you get that it's more like in 3 times 4 years. And I really was taught to organize myself and then organize a very diverse group of people. I didn't need those skills for many years afterwards, but then, but it's getting more and more important. I'm getting more and more stuck now today in a situation where I can look back and now have that experience in my background that I actually shouldn't have at my age now. And that really helped. And yeah, then I went to the university to study psychology. And this is where I luckily kind of stumbled upon a process we call stair-stepping. Yeah, it originally goes back to Rob Walling. He has also a great podcast called Startup for the Rest of Us. I can recommend it to all of you. And a great conference called MicroConf. And he has this concept of stair-stepping. That every business you want to do, you can do it the hard way, like build the API-driven SaaS platform, multi-sided market, or you start with a WordPress plugin, one step lower, or you start with an educational product. Let's say you want to do trusted shops. Yeah, you can build this huge company to create a trust badge with the recommendation system and everything. But the level below would be just have a WordPress or a Shopify plugin to show reviews on your website. No big backend, no shebang. And one below would be to have an educational course where you teach people how to get testimonials for your products and show them on your website. So if you are young, I see people joining accelerator programs here at Startplatz in Cologne all the time who want to build this big stuff. But they don't have the experience, right?
That's a problem, yeah. That's exactly my experience as well. They come with a big idea and the final version of the biggest platform where you say, wow, that's a great vision. Yeah. So it's really important to have this kind of vision. But the people without any experiences, they are not able to say, okay, but where to start? To have the big vision, that's really important. But I would say, I give you money. So in an accelerator program, you get usually money for 3 months or so. So the question is, where to start with this small piece of money in this 3 months? Where
you have no audience, you have no expertise.
You have no product, you have no technical knowledge. They have at least most of the time nothing except their own idea.
What I think they should usually start like really in a stair-stepping approach if they want to be a B2B lead management software, for example. Okay, start positioning yourself as a B2B management expert, generate an audience, talk about the topic, blog about it, start a YouTube channel.
Get feedback from groups, LinkedIn groups or whatever.
Study LinkedIn like a mofo, and then you will find the recurring problems people have with lead management, and then think about what is the simple solution and what is the next step. What is the next step?
I would say, so for the term stair-stepping, I think we both have something in common as well. So we started a lot of SEO projects in former times, so as it called side projects. Maybe that's something we should talk about. Because in terms of learning.
What kind of websites did you start with?
So my first, that's a good question.
I have worse ones.
Mirror. My first affiliate SEO website was kinder-planschbecken.de.
So
children pools.
And
then I started just building up a WordPress thing and write some texts and put some Amazon affiliate links in. And then, it worked out.
And that is so easy, right? Like comparative.
It is easy because you can decide everything by your own. You are responsible for everything.
You can create the website, you can create the content. You
learn how to build it, and you learn how that it feels. And then there was one mistake, and I learned it pretty fast. So I made the first 10 sales maybe in the first months. And then I learned, okay, there's a big mistake in my business model, because I didn't think about business models at that time. It was, okay, the commission you get for a 15 euro children pool is maybe 8%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I have no idea, 60 cents per deal. So you have to sell a lot of swimming pools to get to buy a box of beer or something. But I learned that. I didn't read that in a book. I learned that, and then comes Espresso Kocher, Edelstahl, and so on.
And the t-shirts. I had the same experience. I made the same mistake. My first was about orchid care. Yeah, it's called the Orchid Whisperer. Yeah, I quickly had like 30,000 people per month on that website who were reading stuff, and it made a nice chunk, like between 200 and 400 bucks per month. But it was always like 20 cents per click here, or 10 cents or 5 cents.
It was learning.
So then we had a more, we became more picky about which website topics we want to build, for which people, and how valuable the content is, and how strong the competition is. And today, one of my favorite sites of my own is 3dronen.de. It is an uptrend thing about drones, like quadcopters and stuff. The traffic is rising naturally. We can write articles like twice per week, and that's pretty much enough to rise with that tide. It's products that are priced between 100 and 1,000 euro. So normal e-commerce stuff, but each conversion is valuable enough to be worth my time.
To spend time on.
For the bigger drones, I just get sent 50 bucks, for example. And that's super sweet. From DJI, I get that a lot. Here, I got the DJI Osmo Mobile. Here, this little monster, for free, because I just got so much DJI revenue in the store that I can just get gadgets like that. My brother and I ordered just 2 goggles from DJI for that. But we needed to make that progression. And if you start with simple stuff and not with the hard stuff, you can fail faster. And the mistakes don't cost you as much. If you have taken investor money and you've built a big team, you're disappointing a lot of people. Don't start with that, if you ask us. Step up. But I guess you have another topic at hand about regretting it.
So there's a question that comes up again all the times, and that's so the people ask me, okay, Hendrik, do you regret that you just started your entrepreneurial journey just 2 years ago, so that you didn't start before? And I think it's a hard question. And
I'm curious about your answer.
And I would say, okay, honestly, I think no, because I can because I can count everything on my experience, and I loved my former job, and I loved all my learnings I could do there. And for sure, I think from time to time, I think, okay, what would happen if I started with 25 and while my studies, instead of going to the disco, to say like this, and doing the barbecue and drinking beer all the time, if I would have started 5 startups maybe. But that's not my type of personality, where I say, I don't look back, I look into the future. Into the future, where I say, okay, but everything is fine, so it's cool.
The opportunity cost. Let me just say, couldn't you have had the experience? You worked for 12 years. Right before you started. Couldn't you have made the same experience in 6 years and then started your own business?
That's a pretty good question. So after 5 years at Trusted Shops, I had something in my mind to say, okay, I have to go, I have to leave, I have to build something. And then came the founder and CEO of Trusted Shops, Jean-Marc, so my mentor. And he said to me, okay, you can do this. It's good for you. It will be your way maybe later on, but here's an offer. You can start building up teams now in this secure environment of Trusted Shops. And that was something where I said, okay, that's pretty cool to start being a manager, to learn this now. And if I look back, I would say, it was a good offer. It was a good idea from him to make an offer like this, to keep me in the company. And in the end, I would say, for me it was perfect, because building up teams, like you did this, you have this experience from your
Air Force time.
Air Force time, exactly. So I got this experience as a present to learn everything.
So you don't regret it?
No, I don't regret.
So I started like I started my first company like with 26. Yeah.
Cool.
So I was studying psychology, and now looking back, I regret not doing it earlier.
Yeah.
And not going full throttle.
Mm-hmm.
I had a long time, I would say 4 years, where I did everything in part-time. Yeah, where I had a normal student job, and I was studying psychology, and I had my entrepreneurial businesses. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that defocused. I wish I would have said like, no, let's take 2 years off after high school or after my psychology studies, and just give myself the time to go 100% into founding business, and not like this leisure business shit. No, really taking it on and focusing on skill development like a monk. Yeah, that's what I regret a little bit. Yeah, I'm glad for the journey I had. Very thankful for that. But I think, Alex, I hope you don't burn out. Yeah, I mean that too early. But yeah, I wish I would have started even sooner. I wish I would have started like faster with the same energy I have now.
Yeah, but that's not possible because
I think so.
Because of the experience. All the experience you have today, yeah, there is no chance to get it that you had it the same size, the same thing like it was 25. It's not possible. With the same money, with the same experience, with the same everything. No, with the same technical setup. They are really nerdy in this technical setup here.
We're gonna show you that stuff at some time.
But there's just to maybe the last word for the regret thing here is there's one thing I regret in this former thing, and that is that I didn't took the time after my studies, before I started my job, to travel a year around the world. That's one thing I regret, because this is a time you will never get back.
Not at a young age.
At
we can
20,
get it with
24,
50 again.
25 or whatever, to say, okay, I travel the world, I will have a look at everything, and that's the time. Later on you can do this still, but it will be pretty hard to fight.
And it's much more expensive, because we now got lifestyle addicted.
Doesn't work.
And that's the last topic we have for today. We are on 19 minutes now. Money or learning? We get the questions. Also, we just got the question from Alex. Like, should we focus on making money after school or after our college, or should we focus on learning? What do you think, man?
Yeah, I would say so. In like we did, maybe I would say with 25, 26. That's the age, from my point of view, where something changed in your life. You get more adult, to say like this. I would say until this point, 24, 25, 26 maybe, learn as much as you can. And if it is in a job or in your studies or doing side projects by yourself or for whatever, or doing as many internships or student works or whatever, learn as much as you can until this point. And I think from this point on, and you will feel it, it must not be 25
exactly,
or whatever. You will feel this point, then you have to build up something or to get in a job, to get money to start your lifestyle. That's my...
I really want to second that. Like, fuck the money in the beginning. I was so proud, like embrace minimalism. Like during my studies, I didn't get any support. Like in Germany, you get BAföG, which is like a few $100 to survive. I didn't get that because of my time in the Air Force. And so I had to make some money, and I was really proud. I had my own apartment because I moved out of my parents' house, that I was living from $700 every month. Today, I'm happy when I live off $7,000 per month. It's madness. It's like considering everything for saving, taxes, and all that kinds of shit. Children and kita.
But you don't do any holiday.
So, and if you want to go on vacation today, you're lifestyle addicted. It's crazy. Seize the time and focus on learning. And fuck the money. before you get lifestyle addicted. I usually tell people, like, if you have the chance to join, like after your studies, a McKinsey or a Booth & Company, do that at a max of 2 years, but don't get the lifestyle addiction there, because if you want to go back from a consultancy
really
lifestyle
hard.
to a founder lifestyle and ramen and noodles, that's tough.
Yeah.
So I think we agree that there is a good age to found, like at every age, and a good reason to have low and high experience. I like this episode. How about you?
Yeah, me too, because it's a question for everybody. So to think of, is it too late now? No, it's not too late. So it's a stupid answer, but it's real. It's never too late. But I think in the beginning phase of your life, after school, focus on learning, and maybe in a company or doing internships or whatever, or do your side projects by yourself. Start building a website. If you want to do an online business later on, start building a website, because that's a kind of experience never be gone. If you can build your website by yourself, that's a knowledge. It's so important if you build your startup later on, or if you work in a company, if you can say, I can do this. Everybody will see, wow, you can do this? Yes, I can do this.
And it's so crazy, like from the beginning, like let's say from 20 to where we are now, we had 3 times 5 years to learn building websites. Yeah. Can you learn to build a website in 5 years? No, you can learn it in fucking 5 days.
Yeah.
Seriously.
5 hours.
Like, there's no excuse not to learn that anymore.
That's right.
So, if you have any questions, send us a message in. Check us out on GrowthArtic.com.
There was a pirate again. Okay.
Bye-bye.
See you. Bye-bye. Thanks.